Now, we need to talk about the comic book fandom right now because y'all confuse me with the whole back and forth y'all be doing. And the way y'all change your minds so quickly should be studied for science, like, for real. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a really good chance that this is going to be the best Superman movie of all time. Because objectively speaking, James Gunn is a great filmmaker, and on top of that, he's a comic book nerd. So when you have a comic book nerd who is also a great filmmaker, you get somebody who knows exactly what he's doing with the characters from the source material. So that's why people are excited for this movie, and visually, this movie just looks stunning. And then add that to the faith that we have in James Gunn with making these superhero movies. But the way y'all are treating my mans over here, I don't like it. Because I remember when this movie first came out, y'all were giving it so much praise. You were calling it the greatest superhero film of all time, right next to Batman The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan. And y'all were also even giving it praise, saying that it's the best superhero origin story, right alongside of Iron Man that came out in 2008, and even Speed Racer that came out that same year. But now that we're getting this movie and you see how promising it is, and you realize it's definitely an upgrade from the previous Superman iteration that we got, y'all are hating the previous Superman. Now, don't get me wrong, the Snyderverse is not perfect. And objectively, there were so many things wrong with it. And I just really wish people could realize they could love this movie without hating this movie. Especially considering the fact that y'all love the Superman from 2013. And I've had so many conversations just in general about how adaptations are supposed to be different from the source material. Now, with any form of media, if you're just gonna copy and paste the source material, you're just rereading the same story. And that just becomes predictable, and anything that's predictable just becomes boring. So it's okay for things to be different. But as long as the foundation of what made the world to begin with stays the same, everything else after that can be different. And with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel movie that came out in 2013, that's exactly what it did. It kept the foundation of Superman the same, but told a different story, and it took a different direction in terms of themes. Now, obviously, it's been looking really good for the new Superman by James Gunn, because I truly do believe he's going to do the same. But I feel like people are just going to show a bias because it's newer, it's more fresh, and it's closer to the comic books than the 2013 Man of Steel movie. Now, you can mark my words right now or even save this video, but I think both of these movies are going to be equally as good. I just think that these two movies are going to be good, but just in their own unique way. I think Zack Snyder's Superman is a great Superman movie, just coming from the perspective of something that's far away from the comic book. And I feel like the James Gunn Superman movie is going to be a good movie as well, but it's just going to come from a perspective of this adaptation being closer to the source material, which is the comic books. But moral of the story, you could love this movie without hating this movie. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say. As per